Welcome to the Cowboy Football Roundup with Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy. OSU finishes a regular season with a 10-2 record, and for the third time in 5 years, the Cowboys spend time ranked in the top 6 in America. Coach Gundy, in 5 years, 10 years, when you think back about this team and that mental file of football teams that you have, what things will come first to mind about 2015?
This team has progressed and gotten better during the season more than any team that we've had. We were maybe not even a good football team to start the season. I guess we were a good team, a solid team. We had not created an identity on offense, and each week they continued to get a little better. The two-quarterback system has been very unusual, but it's worked great for us. And I've said that when we got to 10 wins, that I don't think there was any way possible for us to get to 10 wins without using both quarterbacks.
Right.
Mason really came on in games 5 through 10, before he was injured, I guess through 11, I should say. And during that time, JW kind of helped him along with some goal line and short yardage. And we really needed that resource for goal line plays and short yardage plays with our ability, limited ability to rush the football.
Right.
And then defensively, we played really well in the latter part of the season, particularly against Baylor and Oklahoma. And I know they're good football teams, but it looked like to me we ran out of gas. They got tired. We missed some tackles that I don't think we would have missed in the middle of the season. We tried to protect them from an endurance standpoint the best we could, but we also have to be prepared to play. Our punter really developed as the season went on, became a really good target punter. He still has a ways to go just on some base punting, but I think he's really progressed well for a freshman. So it's been a really fun season, as we've talked about. I've enjoyed the players. Their commitment has been tremendous. Their efforts never been questioned. And as I told them the other night, I know everybody was frustrated from the last 2 games, but we lost to a team that's going to be in the playoffs. Oklahoma could very well be the best team in the country. They have some really talented players at key positions right now, and they're healthy. And then Baylor obviously is going to be a top 10 team. When they beat us, they were 8th or 9th in the country, whatever it was. And then we beat a 5th-ranked team in the country. So when you talk to the players, when I talk to the players, I'd mention to them that you played 3 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the country. You beat one by, I guess, 3 touchdowns, and you lost to the other 2. So they can't lose sight at what they have accomplished this year. And it's been a fun year, as I said, but it's been interesting the way it's all unfolded.
Coach Gundy and I come back. Take a look at the highlights of the Bedlam game after these messages. Welcome back to the Cowboy Football Roundup. It was senior night at Boone Pickett Stadium as the Cowboys took on the Sooners in Bedlam 2015. J.W. Walsh, Emmanuel Ogba heading out.
Yeah, it was a great night for those guys. It's always special for them. It's hard to let them go. It goes by so fast for the coaches and for the players. We got started early here. Nice job on the sack. I think this was still on the first drive.
Yes.
We had pressure on him quite a bit during the night. He did make some plays. He's a good scrambler. There's a good hit there by Trey. This was on that second down there where they had gotten into our territory, and he did a great job of staying below the shoulder pads. Our players have done a really good job this year of not getting up around the crown of the helmet and above the shoulder pads with that targeting rule.
Yeah, you didn't have a targeting foul all year, did you?
No, they've been really good. Back at it, and they're converting on 3rd and long again.
A lot of that.
First drive, JW is in. Of course, Mason's had a foot injury and didn't feel real comfortable with him playing in this game. And so JW went and had a great week of practice and really played well for us, in my opinion. I think he threw for like 330 yards or something.
Yeah, 325.
So he did a great job. We stalled out there. Ben came in and hit the 43-yarder to take the 3-0 lead. We're in really good shape here. Half the first quarter's gone, and then we turned around and let him run a dang kickoff back to the 4-yard line. And then we start right back out next series, and we get the hook route to Shepard, get a play action there. Ball's thrown to Hayes, so we're in business again. Another play action there. Nice job hitting Shepard again on the comeback route. So we're 1st and 10 down around the 30-yard line. We get a punt move. JW goes back and goes up top to Seals, makes a nice catch. Seals has really come back the last couple weeks and made a few plays. So, here we are. We've driven down the field and scored. We gave them a kick return. They only had to go 4 yards.
Right.
And then we go back down the field and score again. We get him in a 3rd and long here. See, we had him right there. And he makes a nice play and at least gets them into a 4th and short, or they're going to have to punt inside their own 20.
Yeah.
And
he ended up punting there, but still, he's such escapability.
He did, and he plays hard. Right there, we were able to corral him. Good job by Seth. We had already given up a big run,
right?
And they big played us. Nice job by James there, making a play. Good ball by J-Dub, putting it up there for him. He had a really good game for us again, 100-something, 60 yards or so.
Yeah,
J-W did a nice job there, putting the ball in a spot that we could go make the play.
And it was such a strange half, just as you said, because they just kept hitting big play after big play. Well,
they got 4 huge plays. There's a 4th down that we went for. We're trying to do everything we can to get back in the game, and they held us to a field goal. Really good hit there by Ben on 36. That ball would have been good from 50. He kicked the ball really well, and it's competitive. And when you watch the first half, of course, any loss we have is really hard. For me, you can't sleep. You wake up thinking about it, and then the next day, and you start being very critical of what you did and what you should have done, and so on and so forth. And when you watch the game, I don't think we've ever been in a game where you could take away 3 or 4 plays, and we could have been ahead at halftime. And I know those plays count.
Sure.
But you talk about a 96-yard kick return, I think a 60 or 70-yard run, and another 50-yard run. And they have good backs that bounced off tackles and made plays, and when they get outside, they're hard to catch. We fitted wrong on a linebacker play. We fit it wrong, and they bounced outside. But the body of work that we had moving the ball against a good defense and scoring points, and then to be down by 20 points at half, give or take, was just kind of frustrating to me. But there was not anything we could do about it. But it was a very unusual first half.
Coach Gundy and I are back to review the second half after these messages on the Cowboy Football Roundup. We are back on the Cowboy Football Roundup with Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy as we move into the second half of the Bedlam game between the Cowboys and the Sooners. And, we're early in the third quarter, and the thing is, you're down by 24, but how did you feel going into the third quarter in terms of trying to get back into it?
Well, we made some adjustments on offense, and then obviously on defense, we wanted to make sure we were fitting right. We get them in a 3rd down here, and Shep drops the ball for them. And so we got the ball back. And we went right back to what we thought were the best adjustments for us. 1st down, we pick up 9 yards on the quarterback draw. JW goes backside here on another throw for 8 or 9 yards to Washington. Lays the ball up again. I think that was Seals. Made a nice catch there, keeping his foot in bounds.
3 catches for 59 for Juwan.
We're in a 1st and 10. We got a running play there for 12 yards. Those are the plays we have to have. And you can tell it kind of my voice raises because we get some of those and then we don't get them, and then we sputtered there. They held us on a play and we had to kick a field goal. That really set us back. We needed a touchdown there, but I just didn't feel like the momentum that we had gained driving down the field. I didn't think we could just take a chance on a 4th down from the 4-yard line and not get it some points. Looking back, maybe I should have gone for the touch, but then they drove down the field and scored. Then we're back at it again. Nice throw and a nice catch by James.
Showing off that leaping ability, which makes him special, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then good play there. Nice job by Burton. We were able to stop him, and JW's back. Running the ball again. JW played with great effort, which we all knew he would. I think he rushed for 60 yards and he threw for 320, right?
Yeah, rushed for 50.
So he almost had almost 400 yards total offense. At the end of the game, I thought it was really neat. Our players, it's tough. Losses are tough. We've played for the conference championship in the final game a number of years now. And when you're at home and you lose, it's difficult. It's hard for the players, but they showed a lot of respect for the fans. And I think that's a tribute to the players. We've instilled that in them to understand the big picture. As I always say to you, nobody wants to win more than me. Nobody wants to win more than us. But there's also a certain respect that you have for the game and you have for the people there in a situation like that. So they get a week to 10 days off, and the coaches are on the road recruiting. And then we get them back and get back to practice for a bowl game.
When we return, a special look back at senior night on the Cowboy Football Roundup. Welcome back to the Cowboy Football Roundup. It wasn't one of the largest senior classes for Oklahoma State football in 2015, but it's one that will certainly be remembered. Here's a look back at Senior Night 2015 at OSU.
Senior night tonight, what was that moment like on the field?
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I could have ever imagined. I've been picturing that day for a long time, this day I guess, and it really exceeded expectations. I love this place. Truly is my second family. Everything they've done for me here, everything I've been through, it truly built me up into a better person, and I couldn't thank everybody around here enough.
Oh, it's been a great journey. I love these guys. I love the group of guys I love playing with. I love the coaching staff. They really took care of me. I'm just glad to be here.
What's been different or special about this season for you guys?
The passion we had, working together during the off season, just going out there, my brother, just playing hard, even though we didn't get the Big 12 championship like we wanted to, but it was a good, hard-fought battle for us. So.
Gundy said that if you come back, you obviously get to walk out again for senior night. What's it like been playing for Coach Gundy?
It's a great feeling. I love Coach Gundy. He loves his players. He takes care of his players. It'd be a great honor to come back and play for him again. It's a great experience. I have a great coaching staff. They look out for you. They can take care of you and stuff like that.
He's definitely a player's coach. He knows how to get along with his guys, keep them motivated, and keep things interesting. You never know, what's going to come out of him. So, his flexibility is still unreal to me. When he dances, that'll never get old.
This whole college football experience, including Gundy's dancing, is this kind of everything that you hoped for?
It really was so much better than I could ever dreamed. Came into this with, expectations of what it would be and everything, but the bond that you make with your teammates and the character that you build over this amount of time is something that you can't really measure up.
We were talking about it during the first half highlights, but senior night, a special night, and some pretty key individuals to your football team, not only from a performance standpoint, but just from a quality of person standpoint, the guys that went out there on senior night.
They're good people. They work hard. They're going to be productive in society. And this group, when you date back 4 to 5 years, they won a lot of football games. And the other thing they accomplished in their career, they went through a season last year where we were really young and really immature and fought back and won 12 games straight. So they learned to persevere and push through. And I think that's a great accomplishment for this group.
Coach Gundy and I look ahead to the month of December for the Pokes when we come back on the Cowboy Football Roundup. Welcome back. Coach Gundy and I back for a final time on the Cowboy Football Roundup. This is the first time since 2010 that you've finished the season on Thanksgiving weekend. So you've got an extra week before you play in a bowl game and have finals, things of that nature. What's the biggest benefit to finishing that week early as opposed to finishing the first weekend of December?
Well, our coaches are on the road recruiting. They left Sunday after the game. It gives us an opportunity to get 9 days of recruiting in before we come back, which would start bowl practice, give or take, just depending on the bowl that we end up in. when we have an open date and play that first week in December, which is usually the 5th or 6th, then we only get a total of about 7 days of recruiting. And so it's really kind of sketchy whether we can accomplish what we need to in recruiting. Very important for us because we recruit 2 to 3 or 4 players in the state of Oklahoma. Everything else we do is outside, mainly in Texas. We have to get there. We don't have the luxury of being in the state of Texas and them coming to us. So it gives us a chance to get out and get on the road and recruit.
For head coach Mike Gundy and Allison Gappa, I'm Dave Hunziker. Thanks for watching the Cowboy Football Roundup.